not for us. Open up the eyes, doing their homework, question our fight. Now there's one thing, the darkness in their lives. Seeking peace now, keep only method. Voices strike us, wipe us from their lands. Endless conflict, endless conflict, endless conflict, endless conflict.
The forum is quiet, not much going on. In some ways that's why I'm writing this song. Nothing new to discuss, just the ongoing grind. As Canon and Co. track the latest dog or find. We're waiting for the next patch to drop. I'm in my latest ship, I'm buying skins from the shop. The inevitable happens, I hear the bell toll. An angry or bored or inept or just droll post on the forum appeals from a new troll, a new troll, a new troll, yeah, a new troll. An internet ghost, safe in anonymity, has spotted an opening and filled it with glee, spouting flaming buzzwords, invective vitriols, calling on the others to crawl from their holes. And they chant, it's a mile wide, inch deep. It's the mantra they will say. Here it's a mile wide, inch deep. And they will type this tribe all day. Here it's a mile wide, an inch deep. Is that all that you can say? It's a mile wide, inch deep. And your 500 eyes you will play, yeah, yeah. As my finger hovers over ignore my usual response to this repetitive bore. I see this pointless post has poked at a nerve of the famous white knights, and they respond with such verve. Forgetting is just what the troll wants, but they're rather inaccurate statements and grammar and fonts. Post bits of speed as contributors clash, questioning integrity, parenthood, and even mental health standings in a globalized World Wide Web impersonal shit slinging match. And they say it's a mile wide, inch deep. And it's the mantra they will say. Yeah, it's a mile wide, inch deep. And they will type this tribe all day. Yeah, it's a mile wide, inch deep. Is that all that you can say? Oh, it's a mile wide, inch deep. And your 500 eyes you will play. I watch the usual parry and riposte unfold. The same old face, the beats a promise of old. Moral high ground being taken by either side. Some eating popcorn just along from the ride. Yet most of the nights are so lost in corresponding. Haven't noticed that the troll hasn't even responded. The account set its purpose, the forums or Twitter. They've forgotten what was posted that had turned them all so fervent and angry and so bitter. It's a mile wide, an inch deep. All the posts I copy and paste. It's a mile wide, an inch deep. For all that lovely salt I can taste. You can't be the troll by rhyme or reason. You can't be the troll by enticing and teasing. You can't be the troll with clever wordplay. You can be the troll by doing this My friendship drive is charging. I'm on the new drum. Right in the way to surgery. Stop from the lighthouse. This ship is sold out now. Let it pay perfect for where I'm going to. No need a damn thing. Honking, scooping. Friendship charging. He sings prime right now. Neutron boosting. Watch for white dwarfs. Stay on this side of the line, and we'll all be fine. My fuel tank feels so fast, can't see the map in time. Should I check everything or just the ones that call to me now? Looking for earthlights, but I want a ring pad to call my own, or a jolly green giant. Look at scooping, friendship charging. It seems prime right now. Neutron boosting. Watch for white dwarfs. Stay on this side of that line, and then we'll all be fine. Heart scoop, sky boosting. Heart scoop, everywhere. Heart scoop, break louder. Heart scoop. Stay to rise and spice with a plasma in my hand. The sky's full of radiant light, and the mountains making their last stand. And the enemies above me with rainbow legends chasing them across the so-blue sky. We found their souls for billions now. Just watch them fall, explode in sounds. We come to run to win this war as the planet does revolve. Spotlight, it's where you got to be. Yeah. Spotlight, find me what you need. Oh, spotlight. There's beauty in this thing, yeah. Spotlight, spotlight. The revenants will fire the lights and try to hold you still. Nothing will, my friend. If you falter once a heaving earth, just take a hit and then rebound. You find you never make no sound. And the enemies above me with rainbow lasers chasing them across the setting star. We found their souls for billions now. Just watch them fall, explode in sounds. We've come to Earth to win the war, and the planet does revolve. Spotlight, it's where you got to be, yeah. Spotlight, find me what you need, oh. Spotlight, there's beauty in this thing, yeah. Spotlight, spotlight. And the benches try to shut me down. I don't care, I just rebound. I think about my big carry-on now. Don't end the war, I just need more. I just need more. I just need more. I just need more. Spotlight, I just need more. Spotlight, I just need more. Spotlight.
Hello and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders.
Greetings, Commanders.
The show that talks about the universe of Elite.
And the development of the computer game Elite 4, known as Elite Dangerous.
And the fantastic
community that surrounds it.
Broadcast from a current Sidewinder and hosted by a vending machine technician.
A place of nonsense and innuendo for forum dads.
A self-contained podcast 2 hours long.
Transmitting to every corner of the galaxy.
It's even louder than me.
The hottest show this side of Dizzo.
The name of the place.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Greetings, everybody, and welcome to episode 590 of Lave Radio, the show that likes to talk about the universe of Elite Dangerous and the fantastic community that surrounds it. I'm your host, Commander Phoenix Fire, otherwise known as Colin Ford, and joining me in the Orange Sidewinder bar for this episode, we have our SRV Banksy, that would be Commander Alec Turner.
Hello, evening all.
Here we go. We have the Chris Mark IV.
Hello, evening all.
And we also have our staff liaison officer, that would be Commander Psychic, otherwise known as Claire.
Yo.
Do we have a Chris Mark V as well, or is he just checking?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, good. We have a Chris Mark V also joining in the conversation. So if you wish, you can join us live. We're hanging out in game in open. I do believe Chris is... Are you still in Colonia, Chris?
Yes, I am still at Jack's station in Colonia.
Right. So, obviously, that's a long way away from Lave. So, if you can't get to us, you'll just have to join the Twitch chat channel, which you can access through laveradio.com/live. Click on the live chat, or go to twitch.tv/laveradio. Right. Let's go around the crew, see how they've been for the last week now that the oven has started to increase the heating again. Alec, how are you doing down south?
I am good. I hope I'm not one of the guests that seem a bit quiet for Subsonic. Yes, I've been good. It was my birthday on Friday.
Oh, happy birthday. How does it feel to be 107?
Oh, that's so far ago now. I can't remember. Yeah, so it was nice. I took some time off work, went for a nice meal. Actually, I went for a very nice pizza at a place called RH England. RH is like it's kind of an it's a bit of an odd one. They're basically an extremely high-end furniture store at the end of the day. But I think they're American, but their shtick is to take over sort of stately homes basically and turn them into glorified furniture showrooms. They're very tasteful, and their stuff is most of it doesn't have price tags, because if you have to ask, you can't afford it. So we're not actually in the market to buy anything, but it is beautiful. And they're the little things that I really like when you rock up, you sort of pull into the gravel driveway, and two men rush out and valet your car away, so you feel like a sort of superstar at this place. But actually, they have a very nice pizzeria, and it's not ludicrously priced, and it's just quite fun to go around and look at all the price tags of this amazing furniture. Yeah, so that was Friday, and then I had a classic sort of litany of dad birthday presents. So I got a laser tape measure that I've been playing with. I got Mr. Woolman's Motoring Adventure, which is a damn good read, I have to say. I never realised that Mr. Woolman, this is Top Gear's Mr. Woolman, was actually a real person. But he's kind of like the fourth member of the team, and he's sort of the writer and producer and whatever. And yeah, it's a really good read actually. If you like Top Gear, or maybe even if you don't, it's interesting. What else did I do? We watched. I don't know how many people will know this movie. We watched Greenland 2, with Gerard Butler, which is an extinction level event kind of film. Thinking that I'd watched Greenland 1 and then kind of got to the end and thought I haven't watched Greenland 1, so next day we watched Greenland 1. I wouldn't necessarily recommend either of them unless you really like extinction level event movies. But
although some people just like it for Gerard Butler for some reason.
Do you know what? I think if you put Gerard Butler in a lineup with 4 other people that all looked completely different, and I wouldn't pick him out. I don't think I know who he is. I was watching this bloke who was Gerard Butler as the lead actor, thinking, I don't know who you are. What's he done? Why should I know him? I know the name, but I just didn't clock his face whatsoever.
Isn't he like a Gladiator Troy type?
Yes.
Person, something like that. I don't know.
From 300, this is Sparta.
Oh, that guy.
That guy.
Okay.
It's that guy.
All right. It's all right. What have I done in game? All I've done in game is racing. Honestly, it's just the same. We're still out at Colonia on this distant races thing, building time trials and racing time trials. It's a lot of fun, but it's not very interesting to talk about. Except one thing that did strike me was I've been so sort of wrapped up doing this sort of stuff that I completely missed that it was the 1-year anniversary of the Drakia Rally.
Oh.
Which is on the 10th of August, which I had promised to be an annual event. And I do apologise to anyone who, there was a few people sort of saying, where are we meeting up and what time? And it was like, oh shit, I'm so sorry, I completely forgot about it. So I'm afraid this year's Drakia Rally may be cancelled, but yeah, when my head's back in gear, maybe we'll do a winter one or something.
No, you're all right.
You're all right.
One and done, mate. One and done. It's fine.
It's still too soon for you, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
But that's me. Yeah, that's me. Another year older and another year wiser.
Oh, right. Chris Mark 5, how have you been? Been a while.
Yeah, I'm all right. It's warm mostly, I would describe things as. Yeah, mostly busy with work. Haven't had much time to do anything. I did do some work in Colonia and hopefully got all my magical cargo racks, which I guess is nice. I was hoping for a sticker, I'm not going to lie. Beyond that, yeah, not much. Played some Big Walk, which was funny. Yeah, that's it.
Right. Okay, Claire.
Oh, okay. Well, let me talk to you about Big Walk. I'll start from there and then work backwards. Played Big Walk last night. Big Walk is the new friend slot game that's come out and is everywhere. The Big Walk is just a genre-defining game of its nature. We got 4 of us together. It was me, Katie, Chris, and Kremen, and we big walked. And there's loads of like little puzzles that you have to work through. It's all done with in-game comms as well. And as soon as you walk away from someone, you can't hear them, and it takes a fucking age to find them again because this map's pretty huge. And it's just genuinely so much fun. It's like just the most wholesome, chilled out version of stuff. And there was a moment when we found this little outcrop, and Kate and I went out onto this like outcrop of like loads of these rocks, and she said to me it reminded me of sort of like when the two of us were little, and we used to we'd find some rocks and we'd just go and scrabble off across the rocks, and our mum would be sort of like waiting for us, and my dad would be like, yeah, just don't slip, don't fall, and that kind of thing. And it was this real sweet little wholesome pocket of nostalgia within this silly little game where you're just walking around only able to carry some items and solving these puzzles and only having like minimal gestures. It's like a tenner. If you've got some pals who you want to just like chill out and have a fun time with, absolutely get it. It's just a delight, complete and utter delight. Totally blew me away. That's Big Walk. What else have I been doing? An awful lot of Clock Tower. I played Blood on the Clock Tower for the first time in person on Sunday during the day. We went to the only registered with the Pandemonium Institute, verified and registered with the Pandemonium Institute place in the UK that does Clock Tower. And Chris and I played some Clock Tower IRL, which was very, very fun. And at the end of it, I was talking to the organizer, and I think I might have got myself a job running Clock Tower. And being like a Pandemonium Institute verified Clock Tower runner type person, which is very fun and very exciting, and I'm super chuffed about it. What else have I been doing? I've been doing some Elite. Did I do some Elite this week? I think I probably did. I think I probably did a little bit of Elite. Not a huge amount of Elite, but there were inevitably some moments where I picked up my joystick and had a little bit of a fly around. I think we maybe did a bit more exploration. That's possible. Goddamn SRV survey and its little bingo thing where you've got where that little percentage goes up and it's already nearly at 3%. And I reckon tomorrow is like a really long stream for me, but I reckon tomorrow I can probably get it up to 3 or 4 tomorrow. So yeah, that's been really fun. We also went to see Spider-Man. We've done a lot this week. We also went to see Spider-Man. That's very good. That's a good movie. It's fun. It's a fun movie. I think it's. Did I go and see that this week or was that the week before? I'm very confused now. I'm now starting to think that was the week before. Anyway, we've seen Spider-Man at some point in the last 2 weeks and it was very good. But yeah, that's me. That's what I've been up to. Just busy enjoying and playing Clonk and having fun.
Excellent. Chris Mark 4.
What have I been up to? Well, as usual, work has been ridiculously busy. Lots of bits and pieces going on there, which is all very boring. The Edinburgh Festival has started in earnest, so Edinburgh is very, very, very busy. I went into town on Saturday for a little explore around. There was like a showcase event for one of the venues, sort of showing off all the different acts and bits and pieces they have. They've got a brand new musical called Bliss, which looked really, really good, plus a few sort of stand-ups and things. And then I went on a adventure around town, just having a little snoop around different venues and poking my head into different places and going, oh, what's going on here? Stumbled across a breakdance tournament that was taking place at George Square, randomly, where the audience was getting to decide who went through to the next round and who would be who going forward. That was all taking place next to a giant Trojan unicorn with a light-up horn, which is exactly where you want to do your breakdance tournaments when you're in Edinburgh. I don't know if the breakdancers emerged from the unicorn, but they were definitely performing next to it. So went out and did a bit of that. Also went to see a show the other day called Mannequin, which was absolutely excellent, actually. It was down in Leith. It's taking place slightly off of the festival, so it's not part of the official Fringe programme. It's being run by a company called Saltire Sky Theatre. It was an excellent one-man show, so it was like a 60-minute show, and the amount of energy this guy puts into it is unbelievable, playing all these different sort of characters. Just ridiculous amount of energy that went into it, so really good show. Can recommend that if someone's in and looking for something a little bit different. I think it's only on for another few days. I think it's on until the 15th of August, so you've only got a few days if you want to go along and see that, if you happen to be in the Edinburgh area and you're coming to the Fringe. Outside of that, in-game, well, the CG kind of finished off tail end of last week, so hopefully did enough. I've not been around to collect my my cargo rack winnings yet. I was planning to go around and unlock some of the Colonia engineers, but I am lazy and I got distracted because, similar to Psyche, I went off to see Spider-Man a couple of weeks ago, and it reminded me that I hadn't finished the Miles Morales Spider-Man game that I'd started and completely forgotten about, because that is exactly what I do with games very often. So I went in and I finished that off, which I really, really enjoyed, and then managed to get Spider-Man 2 on a discount now. So
I trust that
I've
means
got
that you've
that
obviously
to
now finished Mass Effect as well, Chris.
Next question.
Cole!
Colin, how's your week been, buddy?
How's my week been? Basically run off my feet with work. That's nothing new, but this time I'm actually enjoying it. So that's an odd sensation at the moment. Next up, so far I've had two instances. Just now I've had the clothesline, the elastic clothesline break on me and almost take my head off, which was a bit of a shocker that you are taking a pair of trousers off the clothesline, and the next thing you know, there's this thing flashing past you that was actually holding the clothesline in place. So yeah, almost clobbered there by a clothesline.
Was it like in The Exorcist? Are there photos of you standing near the clothesline that clearly show a line across your throat at any point in the past?
No, but it did have the feeling of The Omen about it. You know what I mean?
I meant The Omen. Sorry, I meant The Omen. Yeah.
You just half expected to turn around. And there's a small, unnatural child just looking at you, and then turns around and walks away. But yeah, it was like that. And unfortunately, while having a nice walk by the Macclesfield Canal on Saturday, unfortunately the Macclesfield Canal pathway isn't as smooth as it should be. Tripped up, and of course smashed my knee exactly where I've smashed my knee before twice with my bike. And then lo and behold, it's just it's opened up, and there's a whole lot of mess. So I'm back to hobbling again. So, but at least no bikes were involved.
At least
I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed that didn't happen.
I'm just glad I didn't fall in the canal. Could you imagine what it'd be like? They'd be taking my leg off by now if I'd fallen in the canal.
Nah, you'd be fine. They'd pump you. You'd be swimming in antibiotics. You'll be fine.
It's as shallow as a puddle now anyway. It's all evaporated.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it is down south, but the canals up in the northwest are fine.
It's all trickling down from Scotland, you see, where they keep getting rain.
Hark at them with all their water.
Yeah, all right, water-rich bitches.
Actually, that's not something you should laugh at soon. Yeah, a lot of Elite. I've done mostly. I've got, for some reason, back into going on foot and running around just, not murdering bases, trying to repair bases. And then, lo and behold, some scavs turned up when I was repairing a base. So I got into a good old-fashioned firefight and forgot how I was supposed to do it. I haven't done any operations this week, which I think I'm going to have to pull my finger out and start doing some, because I know that everybody else is getting better at them, and I'm not. So I need to do a few of them just to keep myself, just to keep some skin in the game, so to speak.
I haven't done them for ages yet either, Colin.
Yeah, but the thing is, when I do them, absolutely, I love it. The problem is, it's just getting started. So yeah, lots of Elite, lots of pain, lots of work, and lots of limping. So yeah, that's my week. Right, let's have a look. Development news this week. What have the devs said? Well, yes, Thursday they dropped a biggie. We will be talking about the Rhino and all its implications later in the show, surprisingly enough. However, one thing that they did say is that there is a new operation coming when the Rhino comes along.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that was quick. I wasn't expecting any new operations for at least another quarter or until the next update.
I was definitely hoping.
Yeah, it's good. Sooner than I thought.
This has been a conversation that Chris and I have had for but like ongoing for a little while. Chris is like has said to me constantly, "Oh, there needs to be at least 3 or 4 more in before the end of the year." And I'm kind of in agreement with. I'm in agreement with him. We've talked about it a lot. Otherwise, people will say that it's dead in the water.
Oh yeah,
like oh, they're never going to add any more things to it. I think I've talked about that. I've talked about this a lot on like my own spaces and conversations and with you guys. But I do think it's really important for us to have one with at least one with less combat focus.
Yeah, that would be good. That would set a good precedent or whatever.
Yeah. Now, obviously, as it's coming along with the Rhino, do you think it's going to be a mining one?
No.
You don't?
No, because I don't think they'll put an operation behind a paywall.
That's the thing, isn't it? Can they lock an operation behind a 3-month paywall? And the thing is, like, we'll come on to the Rhino more, but the thing is, it sounds like I'm trying to imagine. Like, it sounds like there's a new type of surface mining coming in. If there was an operation that involved that, I'm trying to imagine an operation that involved all sorts of mining, and if you didn't have a Rhino, you could still do space mining. It seems, I could be wrong. I mean, maybe it covers all sorts of mining, but it's hard to imagine.
At the moment, even in a Scorpion and in a Scarab, you can shoot and mine minerals off those geological features already.
Yeah.
So it could be just a case that if you have a Rhino and doing that operation, you're able to do it faster.
Yeah,
just
which makes it pay to win then, rather than. And that this is, I'm not saying necessarily that it is. I'm not saying that we've had this conversation, but I think it leaves the argument open.
It leaves them open to attack, to be honest.
Yeah, leave them open to that criticism. And I don't think that while Frontier is in an incredibly secure place, I don't think that the Dodeck, the rage people felt about the Dodeck has calmed down quite yet.
No.
And I think it would be a bad thing. Now, to say that it's not going to be mining at all, when there is plenty of stuff that you could do in a mining ship in space, with like maybe people protecting you, or you have to go and actually mine something in space, yeah, 100%. Even like without the people protecting you, you have to go and do something and then mine some shit and then come and drop it off or something along those lines.
Could they do? Sorry, go on.
No, go for it.
It popped into my head. We've seen nothing like this in operation so far, but that doesn't mean we've seen everything that it's got to show. Could they do a thing where you go to the, what's it called, the Fleet Runner?
Operations Runner.
You go to the Operations Runner. You fly. I don't know. Maybe you fly somewhere. Quite a lot of the operations, you fly somewhere to start. You fly down to a planet, and when you land, you get given a Rhino.
That's what I was thinking.
As
that
part of
there's
the
either
operation.
like an unattended Rhino that you can get into, or they sort of gift a Rhino as part of the.
That would be the only way that it would work. Yeah,
That'd be quite fun, and it'd be a little advert, and people would go, "I like driving this." When it comes out for ARX, I'm going to get me one because it's cool, and I don't know. Quite like that.
To tell you the truth, I think that would probably sell more Rhinos.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. I like that.
100%.
Right, Commander, you've landed. Jump into your free Rhino and go and do some mining.
Yeah, only for this operation.
I very much doubt that would be the thing, but then I also doubted that the Rhino would bring in any new mechanics. So you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, part of me was thinking, even if it wasn't a a mining thing with the Rhino, but you have like a Rhino full of cargo that you need to protect. So a bunch of you are in SRVs or Scarabs, and you've got to protect the cargo, which is the Rhino. I know that we've kind of got the protect missions as part of the on foot. That, you know, I've not played very many of them, but the sort of protect the box kind of missions. But I was almost thinking you could have having to transport something between two settlements.
Protect the transport.
Yeah.
Protect the transport
love
mission.
that.
One of the problems.
So you've got something in the air, you've got stuff on the ground, you've got or maybe you're forced to only be able to do it on the ground for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I think that would be great. So you'd actually have SRV combat with it, because I've never seen an NPC in an SRV.
No, I'm not sure
I don't think we ever will.
But the other thing that it gets around is one of the problems I've always thought with like SRV missions of any sort is I always like the idea that an SRV mission involves driving a little way, not my sort of distances, but 5 kilometers, drive out from the base 5 kilometers to something out in the desert that you need to do. And the trouble is, I always think, well, commanders are just going to jump in their ships. Commanders love jumping in their ships. In Horizons, we've got SRV missions, and commanders just do them in their ships. People go to the crystal shards, and they just use limpets and anything that people can avoid, any way that people can find to avoid getting in their SRV, they'll do. So the nice thing about an operation is it could just put you in the Rhino and go, right, off you go. Like you can't circumvent it by just getting back in your ship.
I do quite like the idea of that, where you're all restricted to either SRVs, and one of you is volunteer to drive the Nomad, I almost said the Nomad, the Rhino. So you've got one mandatory Rhino driver, and the other three you've got to protect them, but it's all on foot or in SRV. I think that would be a fantastic operation. Plus, also,
if you've got the Scarab, then you've got like a driver and a turret person, haven't you? So you've got
the
like
Scorpion.
something
The
for
Scorpion.
It's that Scorpion. Sorry,
Yeah.
Scorpion. Sorry.
So yeah, you could make it with a team of 4, one driving the Rhino. Oh well, they could do, because they're supposed to be up to 3, but we'll talk about that later. One person driving the Rhino, 2 people in a Scorpion, and 1 person in a Scarab. So yeah, that could be an interesting little.
You could just have
mixture.
like on foot people who will get out and with multiple rocket launchers if they need to take out any attackers who are like riding tandem in the Rhino or something like that.
Loose Screw says something like this. They want to be able to hang off the side of a of a Rhino while firing rocket launchers off the side. So,
okay, what is that? The one in the sand. Witness me.
Do you mean Australia, the documentary, Mad Max?
Australia, thank you. Australia, the documentary, Mad Max. Yes. Yes, please.
Yeah. So, I mean, dear. I mean, the what worries me about everybody on foot, one person in the Rhino. Do you just imagine one person going, "Oh, I feel like being a bit evil, squishy, squish, squishy, squish, squishy, squish." Game over. But
back to the operations runner for you, Sunshine. That would be very funny. I'm all down for it.
I mean, yeah, I must admit, I am looking forward to the new version of Punt the Pirate, which will now turn into Squish the Pirate. So, I think I managed to punt one about 200 meters the other day, which was really good.
You want to do it with the nose of a ship as well, if you get a ship close enough to them, and just like the pressure becomes too much and they go much further than 200 meters. They absolutely disappear off your map. It's great.
And all his mates are going, he's down. He should be saying, no, he's up. I'm up. But yeah.
How long ago did operations come in? How long ago was operations? Like the first, like it can't. Was it 6 weeks?
3 weeks ago. It's 3 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh, that's very cool that they're giving us something that quickly.
Yeah. It's...
Yeah. I mean, personally, I'm hoping that maybe once a month going forward.
Every couple of months, I reckon.
Ooh, you don't think so?
Once a month is a little.
Well, I don't know. It depends on how complicated they're going to make them.
If I was them, I would not be regular, because once you start being even a bit regular, then people start setting their watches and going, hey, where's the next one? Where's the next one?
I think you'll find it was exactly 30 days. It was exactly 3 months the last time we had an early access ship. So the next ship that comes out has to be directly on this date.
Yeah,
I definitely was told that by more than one person.
Oh, God,
back
yeah.
with that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think is everyone looking forward to the new operation? Because
Yeah,
we've got no details on it. They just said an operation is being released at the same time. They never said that they've made no connection to the fact that it's got anything to do with the Rhino. It could be that it's a completely different kind of operation altogether.
I think it will be. I genuinely do. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go on, Alec.
I was just going to say I might even do this one.
Hey.
I'll get up early in the morning, Alec. We'll do an operation. Don't worry.
We'll have another Lave evening. We'll do another Lave evening where we try the new operation.
Yeah, yeah. I just got one more race to do, and then I'll be right in there.
Excellent. Right. Well, that's not the only development news that we've had this week. Frontier Developments has welcomed an experienced new marketing officer. That'd be, and I do apologize for this already, Dan, is this Lazaridis?
I would say it was Lazaridis. He's Cypriot Brit.
Cool.
Yeah, Cypriot Brit worked on Bethesda, worked for Sega most recently. Light sci-fi, snowboarder. It seems like a really nice guy. It seems very chuffed and excited to be starting on doing more stuff. But a CMO will mostly deal with like the PR and those kind of things, which are and including like community management and influencer management. So it is the thing that sits within. We sit under that umbrella as far as like people who create content. So there we go.
Excellent. He does sound quite experienced. So
yeah,
I wonder
really.
I wonder if he bumped into old Ed Lewis when he was at Bethesda. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Okay then. Yeah, so quite a bit of development news this week. So I'll hand over to Alec for the community news.
And now, to the community coroner.
It's a dead game, innit, mate?
Got a short and sweet little bunch of stuff this week. There's a new High Wake video out, which is wonderful as ever, called Every Time at Pioneer Supplies, which I just love. And as usual, I won't give the surprise away, but it's about a guy heading off to Pioneer Supplies with all his money ready to buy his grade 4 gear. It's making me chuckle just thinking about it now. Then there's a couple of videos by VR Florian, who I'm actually quite a fan of, like the sort of very much a sort of VR fan, and these are just really chill, just sort of reveling in the experience of VR, which comes across even when you watch it on just a YouTube video. So there's two of them. There's one called The Slow Regard of Silent Things When the Journey is the Destination. I like that phrase, slow regard of silent things. I wonder if that's taken from something. And another one called Explore, Mine, Repeat Regarding Silent Things Slowly. So both by VR Florian, and both a very nice chill watch. Next up is a new video by Precambrian Mollusk, who we featured before, who's done some really fantastic visualizations of colonization and sort of power play zones and conflict zones and things on the galaxy map, and these are just superb. So this is called Colonization Update 3312.810, heading south, permit lock zones and nebulas, and it's fantastic stuff. Right, and then lastly, just a couple of things that Buxton shouted out in our Community Corner channel in the Discord, so thanks for that. They're both by Mark Moxon, whose name rings a bell. I think Mark has done Elite stuff before. So the first is a 3D glasses version of the original BBC Elite Micro. So the sort of, the red and is it red and blue? Red and green.
Yeah.
Glasses, so you can get a 3D BBC Micro Elite. And the second one, which I think is a work in progress, so we've just got a link to a tweet where Mark was talking about it, but it's a 2-player version of BBC Micro Elite. And what's on display on the, actually it's not tweet, it's on Blue Sky, is what the kind of loading screen looks like. I'd love to see something like that make it to ECM, actually. I guess if that's ready in time, then either or both of those would be a super cool thing to show off at ECM.
Yeah, that reminds me of there was a game on the Spectrum that you could actually link up using an RS-232 cable.
Oh God, yeah.
I know, and you could actually, you had each person flew a fighter jet, and it was the first time I'd experienced a multiplayer game, and yeah, it was awesome. Except for the fact I lost 3-2. So yeah, that'd be fun.
I'm not sure Elite would work, but I'm sure I've played games way back in my past where one player would be using WASD and another player would be using like OPK and L or something on the same keyboard.
Definitely, 100%.
I wrote when I first got my BBC and started coding little side projects and things. I think maybe a Tron just come out. I can't remember, but I wrote a Tron Light Cycle 2-player game where you both shared the keyboard. It's quite fun.
Oh yeah, those caused fights in our computer class because at the end at lunchtime you had the computer club and everybody used to go and play that kind of thing on the BBCs there. And honestly, the Light Cycle game, they banned it because people were getting into fights because they were losing.
It's a great concept for a game, actually. Really good fun. Anyway, that's it. That is this week's Community Corner.
Excellent. So if you have a community event that's taking place soon and you'd like us to talk about it across the airways, tweet the crew at Lave Radio or Blue Sky us, email at info@laveradio.com, or drop your suggestion in the Community Corner channel of our Discord. So, in gaming events, what is happening this week? Well, there's only been one thing, and that's that at the end of the CG and Colonia's 10th anniversary celebrations get underway. Which, I'm not going to show what exactly they're planning, but yes. Well, a lot of people are saying, thank you for everybody. You managed to pass. Go pick up your cargo racks. So.
Hey, but every CG completed, though.
Yeah, true.
That's what I did last week in Elite. I did the CG. Yeah, it was... It was the last one was really difficult. I think it was like about 2 a.m. UK time, about 2 a.m. that it hit one. You can tell by the Inara drop off immediately after it completed.
Yeah.
Done it. And off to bed.
Yeah. That was a hard one to get to, wasn't it? Because it only took medium ships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, that's why.
As you flew past the Coriolis.
Yeah, as you flew past Pilkington Orbital, and it also had the much larger amount that needed to be delivered as well, in comparison to everything else. So realistically, it was probably the one that Frontier put in there to tide us over to make sure that we'd have something to do right until the end of the CG. Is my guess. But also, real close. Come it real close there.
Yeah, I did. Did you like it, the fact that there were multiple destinations in that CG? Did it add a little bit of different spice to it, or was it just different stations, same stuff?
They were all different. All the stations looked different. All the stations looked entirely different in comparison to each other. So there were different stations, and the as you watched them sort of like doing their thing, they were you could see, if you were looking on Inara, you could see which one was being prioritized. I think I mentioned this last week that I saw people on over the weekend going, oh, well, fuck, I've just gotten to Colonia and 2 of them have completed already. Like Frontier hadn't been signal boosting it for 2 weeks, that you're going to need to be in Colonia to experience the rest of like completely involve yourselves in the CG. But then those people chose not to go to Colonia until the CGs opened. So by the time that they got there, the 2 of them were already completed. And that's kind of indicative from seeing how many people took part in the first one and the second one. And then the third one had a few thousand more at that large station, at a few thousand more than the other 2. And then probably about the same amount of people took part in the medium pad one, probably having gone to Colonia Hub and begrudgingly bought a Type 8 or something like that because they've flown up in a large ship because of the jump range. Would be my guess.
Excellent. So, well, it's done. It's dusted. Everyone's got their cargo racks. Well done. So, the power play rankings for this week. Still in 12th place, we have Senator Petraeus. He has gained 3 systems, so his total is up to 670 systems. In 11th, Torval loses a system, so her total drops down to 764. In 10th, Delane gains 6 systems, bringing his total up to 869. In ninth, I was a pause. It was missed.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I need to get on that. I'm really sorry.
Oh dear. Right, 9. Winters. She has gained 6 systems as well, bringing her total up to 1,132. In 8th, Archer loses 4 systems. His totals falls to 1,288. While in 7th, Antal gains 5 systems, and his total is 1,371. In 6th, we've got Grom. He's gained 4 systems, bringing his total up to 1,518. But in 5th, Kane continues to pull away from him. 8 new systems for her, bringing her total up to 1,545. In 4th, Lee Yong-ru gains 3 systems, bringing his total up to 1,883. While, despite buying best efforts in 3rd, Arissa, she has lost 2 systems, her total falling to 1,920, which means Lee Yong-ru's within 40 systems of the Emperor. In 2nd, Mahan gains 3 tiny, insignificant systems, so his total is 2,114, while, as usual, Aisling Deval gains 6 systems, bringing her total up to 2,641. And that is your power play rankings for this week.
Oh, not a lot of movement then. Relatively quiet.
No. No, not a lot of movement at all. Although I do think, we're looking within probably a month of Lee Yong-ru taking 3rd place. It seems that there's supposed to be a ceasefire between all the Imperial powers, yet the Emperor seems to be losing all her systems to the other Imperial powers, which don't know what's going on there. Well, if something is going on, it's probably because they're not in the Discord people, the Discord organized group, which is causing that. But I would never agreed with that in the first place. But if you want to get involved with a Discord, you got to play by the Discord rules. So yeah. Interesting that Torval actually, the loser for this week has definitely been Archer, because, he's beginning to plummet. I think Winters is going to catch him eventually, probably in the next 6 months.
Maybe with Christmas. We'll see what happens at Christmas.
Yeah, but
150 to go. It's quite
the thing is, I mean, this is the thing with power play at the moment, is that it's just so difficult to I thought that this would be shifting about left, right, and centre. And to tell you the truth, it's been this way probably for the last, 3 months now.
It really does strike me that it just reminds me of hearing people talk about the power play and how sort of like I don't want to say stagnant because stagnant feels like too strong a word. So correct me if you don't feel like it's stagnant. But it just sitting doing nothing when we were told we'll be able to see like the visual shifts all the time and it will be undulating like some living breathing being.
Well, this is the thing. Players play, and this is the problem because the assumption was that once you pledge to a power, you go for your power and you will just work for your power. However, with all these arrangements and little alliances and things like that, there's nobody really because Ashling is in the same power bank or power with all the other Imperials. The other Imperials are not working against her. So therefore, she gets a free reign. So yeah, like I said, it's one of these weird things where I think the players have all made so many alliances that it's kind of well.
And the ones that don't really give a fuck and still want the merits can throw spanners in the works as well, and all of that kind of stuff.
Well, that's exactly what's happening to Orisa at the moment because we suspect that a lot of the people that are hammering our systems they're from fellow imperial powers.
Yeah.
And those are I'm being told and Grom's joined in with the Imperials. I thought Kane had as well, but that could have just been the Enclave. But yeah, the prime example was the Enclave, where everybody said, all right, no, we're all going to team up with each other against the Federation. And then I think it was Lee Yong-rui who was the other one who didn't join. But everyone else just joined up together and said, right, we're not going to fight. We're not going to compete. And when that happens, well, what's the point of having power play if no one's going to power play against each other? So, yeah.
Do you think there should have been like a bigger delay put in between new colonized systems and when they were eligible for power play? To force people to sort of fight for systems in order to gain ground rather than just expand into empty space.
It's my opinion that colonization. I'm going to be grumpy here. Soapbox out.
I know you're grumpy about this. Yeah, it's fine. It's all good.
No, I think colonization, the very fact that they've had power play, the powers into newly colonized systems has basically stolen the thunder from power play because power play relies on being a cauldron, a restricted cauldron of powers boiling and fighting each other. And when you can just kind of spread out and there's no competition, then I think that's what's ruined it. And ironically, I'm still enjoying playing the actual mechanics. I'm still getting a nice little endorphin rush from working for the power. It's just that I know that it's not really going to do that much.
You're not going to see like the fruits of your labor or stuff like that.
No, not really. And I was seriously hoping that the undermining in operations would make a difference. And well, I guess it hasn't.
Colin, do you think it would help if there was more Suntil relics? Because that's the only time there seems to be much movement is when there's Suntil relics. So maybe we need more of those.
Maybe
knock off Suntil relics.
Only if you can ban Ashling from doing it, because she's got so many players playing for her at the moment that it is a numbers game sometimes, and that's the problem.
You think that any power play like system in a game, however you coded it, like if they went with power play 3 or however you write the rules, is almost bound to fall into a fairly, people are going to find their groove. Everyone will decide how much power play they want to do. Some people will burn out and get bored. Each of the individual groups will will fall into a pattern of, what their standing orders for the week are. And it seems like the whole thing is just inevitably going to fall into again, I don't want to say stagnant, but it will fall into a fairly unexciting pattern.
Yeah.
It'll just stabilize. It just will.
Yeah, you're quite right. I mean, they've made efforts in trying to tip the scales in the favor of certain activities, but I think
short of random events like natural disasters or that just which by their very nature are going to be a bit unfair unless you can make sure that everyone has a natural disaster. But you know what I mean?
Everybody gets a blight, everyone gets a drought, and everybody gets an infrastructure failure.
Yeah.
You need Duval to have like 500 systems suddenly come under some sort of blight or attack in order for anything to shuffle around.
Yeah.
Maybe Duval could have a system crash due to some very bad hair dye that's affected everybody.
Due to overwhelming popularity, somehow everything is broken.
Yeah. Like, I'm still enjoying actually playing the through. It's just that, yeah, exactly much movement is. Ah, dear. Right. It's that time of the week again.
Store alert! In the bi-weekly newsletter, here come paint jobs for your art. In the bi-weekly newsletter, here come paint jobs for your art.
Well, at the moment, there's actually not much new, so you can still get all your color, your skins, and your stuff for your Nomad. However, one of the things that they have put on sale is that a lot of the Jumpstart ships are now being made available for more than 50% off. So, you'll be able to get one of these things for about 10,500 arcs, which is about £5. So that's the Mamba Conflict Zone, the Luxury Beluga, the Bounty Hunter Vulture, the Type 9 Trader, the Crate 2 Miner, the Asp Explorer Exploration, the Mark 1 Python Core Miner, and the Alliance Chieftain AX Combat Jumpstart ships. So, yeah. All of them are basically not SEO compatible.
Yeah, I was just working that out. Yeah.
But you can't stick an SEO on them, but they do jump around a bit and overheat. But yes, you do mean that's free rebuys if you do buy that, though.
Some of them are all right as well, aren't they?
All those lovely old ships are all in the bargain bin now.
Yeah.
I did have the feeling it's like, we'll give you this nice little discount while you're in Colonia if you want to quickly deploy a free build.
Yeah, that's funny, actually. Yeah.
The Beluga's still the Beluga and the Orca are still the only ones that can take the luxury cabins.
Yeah.
Really, I thought the Dolphin could as well. Or was that just the first class one?
The first class, I think the Super Duper Fancy Pants one.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that is only the two big, like, Beluga and Orca. The Lynx can't do it, even though it can carry more people than the bigger ships, because you squish them in with vacuum packing. So, if you want to do passenger missions that require the luxury cabin or whatever it's called, there you go, you can have one with 50% off.
Yeah, let's be honest. The Beluga itself, that's actually a fair chunk of change. So, yeah, mind you, to get it fully A rated and then engineered, that's a fair chunk of change as well. So, yes. Okay, I think we'll go on to a ad break, and then we'll come back with some discussion about a big fat animal with one big horn.
From the creators of luggage limpets and passenger lounge suitcase shuttles comes the latest revolution in passenger transportation, the passenger cannon. For centuries, circus performers have perfected the technique of being fired from a cannon. Paired with our new memory gel passenger pod impact absorption technology, you too can speed up disembarkation times from your liner by up to 250%. No longer be limited by pad sizes and excessive docking fees with the passenger cannon. But how does it all work? First, all passengers will be issued with a passenger pod inflation suit during transit. On approach to your passenger's destination, simply fill the inflation suit with our patented impact-absorbing memory gel. Then, once in a stable position in proximity to the destination, effortlessly slide them into the disembarkation chamber ready for launch. The passenger cannon is now available in both gimbaled and turreted varieties to make aiming elementary. Make your liner one of the top 1% in the galaxy. Buy a passenger cannon today. Warning, passenger cannon must not be operated on high-gravity planets or near geysers.
Imagine if you were born into a dismal world where routine can drag you down, down, down. Somewhere where the very journey of life could become something that you must humbly suffer. At Sard Kruger, we aim to make every trip, every flight, every dream a moment of magnificence and bliss. We craft and design. We meticulously sculpt each ship so you're free from the drudgery and banality of the masses. Choose from the sublimely simple dolphin, the refined yet roguish orca, or the monumentally modest beluga. Each ship is a masterpiece, a shimmering dream of opulence and taste. Fly a Sard Kruger, because life should run like clockwork.
New from Azimuth Biotech, it's Tickle Me Thargoid. Tickle Me Thargoid is fun for all the family. Teach your little anti-Xeno commander the difference between an Orthrus and a Cyclops, a Basilisk and a Medusa.
Count the hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a Cyclops.
All Tickle Me Thargoids spray realistic caustic clouds.
Not near the curtains. I love you, Tickle Me Thargoid.
Tickle Me Thargoid, available now from branches of Lave Toy Depot and other retailers.
Welcome back.
Just last week I was mixing...
Well,
Hello.
we almost had an invasion of a psycho cow. Welcome back, everybody. Obviously, the big news this week was that we now have a new SRV on the way. When you say SRV, this thing is not small. This is a big, chunky surface mining vehicle. The Rhino was engineered with this task in mind, and the Frontier have said that they really wanted to put in a utility vehicle and armor it to protect it from the types of threats that they get in Elite Dangerous. Now, they didn't go into any details about how the surface mining would work. However, they did say it's a new way of acquiring raw materials around geological sites for our planetary surface, and they'll go into that into more detail in the next devlog. So the other things that they are they've discussed about this is that it's large. It can take up to 3 commanders in the bridge. What you do with those kind of commanders, whether they got specific roles or not, they haven't said. And although there's no ship interiors this time, that's because there's a lot of equipment bays or equipment held in the back. So, yeah. And the really exciting thing about this, it'll be coming this month.
Wild.
Yes.
I tell you what you can do with 3 commanders in the bridge. You can roleplay Top Gear.
That's not what I was going to say. That was not how I thought you were going to finish that sentence. I mean, finishing a roleplay would have been where I was expecting it to go to finish. But...
3 men and a rhino. Oh dear. 3 men and a rhino. We've all got the horn. No.
3 men. There's a scene in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. I can't remember which one, where he bursts himself from a rhino, and I'm now using that in every single short that I do about the rhino.
Excellent.
Lovely. Yes, I just visualized that. That was not pleasant. Yes.
I forgot that was a rhino until this very moment.
Oh, okay. Okay, Claire, what is your impression of this, first of all?
Oh, hey, she's thick, isn't she? I did say she was going to be thick with 3 C's and a K, and I was right. That was probably the only thing I was right about with it, though. Excuse me. I'm very excited about it. I think it's very cool. I think it's very fun to have a new SRV. I think it's very, I think it is very apt that Frontier were very specific within their description that there was no interior. And I think that is, if they hadn't have said anything and it had appeared, people would have kicked off so much. There is a certain commander that would kick off so much, and don't worry, they've already kicked off through in my YouTube comments. But like about it not having, about it being a cop out that the it doesn't have an interior. And I think from the previous, we had the dev diary a week ago. Yes. Which feels like we've got so much news from Frontier in these last 2 weeks. It feels like it's mid-Thargoid War again. But that I thought it was pretty specific in that the main reason that the Nomad has the interior that it has is for a place for a commander to go when they exit the vehicle. Yes, Frontier looked at that and went, oh, we can make a quick shiny buck on that and put loads of interiors in there and people will pay arcs for it.
There was a problem and the interior was the solution.
So this is the thing. Everything with the Nomad is a solution for a problem that people are having. I also, to continue along that line of thought, I don't know what problem the Rhino is solving, which is really exciting. Because if I want raw materials, I'll likely just more likely just go and do strip mining. I haven't used the crystal shards for a really long time. I've never seen a brain tree in my life. So hopefully, the way they described it was it was raw materials around geological sites, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how much of an incentive the raw materials around raw materials around a geological site are for people to actually go and fly to these geological sites and deploy. But if it's really cool and it's going to completely fill up your inventory of raw mats, why the hell wouldn't I do it? I'm so, after being so vehemently, our expectations should be really yellow, we shouldn't be expecting any sort of like new mechanic coming in. To then be told we're getting a new mechanic alongside this is refreshing and exciting in a way that I haven't been excited about it since when they announced operations.
I'll tell you one thing that's just occurred to me, and I'd have to go back, but the wording may even be identical. But when the Type 11 was first teased, and they went on about a new way of mining, and we all got incredibly excited about what this new way of mining might be in the Type 11. And I think we were sort of slightly, when it turned out to just be a sort of spaffer that basically did the old way of mining but a bit faster, there was quite a lot of backlash. So I would just remind people of that when they talk about a new way of acquiring raw materials. It might be very similar to the old way of acquiring raw materials, but just a bit faster.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think that they've come up with a new way to get different materials out of the lava spouts and all that kind of thing.
I'd like to think that too, but I just suddenly remembered that we've seen this phrase before.
Yeah, oh, go on then, Chris.
No, sorry, carry on, Colin.
No. Yourself, come
on. I was going to say, I mean, we've not seen in the little tease image that we were talking about last week. We've still not seen what that little leg sitting next to the wheel was. So there is definitely some more mechanics to this. I don't know if it pops out the little hatch on the right hand side or not, but you know, we've not seen what that's for. If that's just for the disembarkation and coming back on or out. Though I am very much for Psykit's idea of being pooped out the back. But I think like the little leg coming out the side might be some sort of mining mechanism.
Yeah, it's got to be the mining tool. It's all JCB industrial yellow as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, actually, I mean, first, I did miss one thing off, is the fact that first of all, we're going to have to get a new vehicle bay in order to take this thing. So I think it's going to be restricted to ships that can only take fighters, for starters.
Mm-hmm.
So that's number one. We know that it can come out of a Type 11, which that might be the reason why that's got a fighter bay in the first place.
100%, absolutely.
And then secondly, you got to drop them. Now, I know that everybody was wanting their Black Widow moment, dropping out on a speed bike. No, this time we do an A-team. We drop out in a tank.
I'm very much looking forward to that. I hope it bounces. It's got quite big tyres. I really hope it bounces.
It's the Mako all over again.
Yeah.
Do we think this is why the Scarab got all confused? Was because because the suspension for the new wheels. When you're saying go all bouncy and interact differently with the gravity.
Yeah, I did notice that it doesn't have any sort of stabilizer arms for thrusters.
No, it doesn't have thrusters.
It's
sliving the Rhino. There'll be no
That's because it's that thick. It's that chunky that it doesn't need stabilizers. It attaches to the ground through pure rage, no matter what the gravity.
Actually, that is an interesting point. So those, I mean, I often think of those thrusters as being the way to get an SRV to go 100 meters a second, but I have to remind myself that's not what they were designed for.
No.
Of course, they're there to get it the right way up if you roll it or get it on its side. I wonder what happens if the Rhino falls over.
I have an idea.
Actually, I should jump in here. Andy Pipkins just pointed this out. The Rhino has thrusters in the wheel naves, because that's what those things are.
Those thrusters aren't the things that lift the SRV off the ground. They're just maneuvering thrusters. But it could be a new design. It could be a new design of axle-mounted thruster that does both maneuvering and vertical lift. So
yeah,
who knows?
Claire, you were saying
that little foot that was in the teaser.
Mm-hmm.
That little foot that's in the teaser, that's a writing foot. That if you rock it over on this back, it turns into a spider and it.
Amazing! A little arm comes out of a hatch and it pushes itself back up. Right.
A self-rating SRV, well, a Rhino self-rating. Yeah,
I think
mechanism.
That's what the other two commanders are for. What they've got to do is wave back and forth to rock it back into place.
I'm telling you, it's a Top Gear simulator.
Me and Hammond have just been dropped in here with a Rhino.
I do like the idea of dropping it though. That's got to be fun. How do you get the Rhino back in the ship?
I am assuming that they're going to have these kind of the hoist or something like that. So the ship will hover, and you go onto a platform, and the platform is lifted up in. But yeah, that'll be an interesting one to see. Because it won't. When you look at it, the Type 11 doesn't have enough clearance when it's landed in order to pick one up. So I think that if you call the ship in, it's going to come over and hover, and then you fly underneath, and it'll yank up. But which again will be awesome.
Here's the thing that intrigues me about it. So, if you compare a scarab to a nomad, right? Obviously, the nomad's bigger, but it's not much bigger. It's like maybe 5 times bigger than a scarab. I want to say something like that.
I thought it was you put 2 scarabs end to end. That's the same size as a nomad.
Oh, okay. So I'm way off. Let's say it's 4 times bigger in terms of volume.
Okay.
So I recall seeing in the patch notes, not of the Nomad release, but one of the subsequent extra patches where they fix some stuff, that one of the issues with the Nomad was it clipped through the ship launch fighter launch ramp on some ships a little bit. So it's obviously pushing the limits of what you can fit in a fighter bay in terms of size.
Yeah.
So those two things lead me to question how much cargo can a Rhino realistically carry?
Well,
infinite, because we have magic cargo racks now.
You can only push that
you're
so
forgetting
far, though.
magic.
How far
cargo
can you
racks, mate.
push that before you really break credibility?
Yeah, but it's Matt.
As far as they want, Alec.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're dealing with mats here. They're not dealing with actual cargo units. They actually haven't said, you're able to surface mine actual, sellable minerals. It's mats.
I suppose that's
which, yeah. I mean, personally, I'm hoping we have a mechanic similar to the, the drill missiles that go into asteroids. I think that would be quite easy to implement. He says.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it will certainly reuse bits of UI and things like that. But we'll have to wait and see. I must admit, I do like the fact that it's the best place to use it will be at a place which I think has been neglected. Because the geological sites, when they first were put in, everyone went fantastic. First thing that everybody wanted to do on foot was run over a geyser and be sent into skywards. But ever since then, they've been kind of... I mean, I always ignore them when I'm exploring. I got no reason to go down there. Because, once you've seen one lava spout, you've seen them all.
Yeah, I think you're right. It would be good to get people to go back to those. Maybe that's the reason, like Claire at the beginning of this piece was sort of trying to work out what problem it was solving. And maybe that's the perceived problem, that nobody goes to geological sites. Everyone goes to biological sites, but nobody...
Filling up those bingo cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously you won't be able to shoot anything. It doesn't have guns, does it? It just seems to be a big, heavy
Not that
transport.
we've seen.
Except it's armoured. Why do they keep... They did go on about it being armoured, didn't they?
Because
heavily armoured. Not just armoured, heavily armoured.
What fire is it coming under?
I know the answer to this.
Go on then.
Do you not remember there's that place where they mined underground and then those weird things came out and ate them all?
The spiders. Is that the spiders?
It's for the spiders. It's for the spiders.
It's either that or what this actually is. It's a monster truck that's been repurposed for mining.
Oh no. You know what this means is that there'll be something like, and they drilled too far and they drilled too deep, and out comes a space worm to eat up the SRVs.
I think it is going to have guns. I know we haven't seen them yet. I think it may end up having some kind of arsenal attached to it. My only reason being is Peggy rating. Because I don't know if that thing with the scientists, because every scientist has to have a gun, because if the scientist doesn't have a gun, you're killing an unarmed person and it puts the Peggy rating higher. Does that transfer to vehicles?
I
don't know. I genuinely don't know.
I never thought of these legalities when it comes to design.
How about if the self-righting arms that can come out of the side, like the arms of Wally,
an angel,
suppose they can also wield swords?
Yes.
Or even better, buzzsaws. Chainsaws. There you go. And that means anybody
There's the Peggy rating. Yeah.
Drop. It's getting very close to sharks with laser beams at the moment.
It's we can chop down the brain trees, we can chop down the people.
Just imagine this thing coming over a hill with a couple of swords in its.
Listen, we don't know how fast it is. It might be like really slow and lumbering and have a warning klaxon. You know, one of those boop 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 as it approaches you with its buzz saws. It's like you've got about half an hour to run away.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. That's it.
I mean, it does look as if it wouldn't take much of a variant to stick one massive turret right on the top, and then, hey presto, before you know it, you do have a Mako. But
yeah,
oh
my
god, just kind of got a. This Rhino is reversing.
Colin, it even fits 3. It's a Mako. It only fits 3. Oh, I'm in love. I'm obsessed.
We have to petition them for a certain skin, but
I'm sure we'll get one. It's like
dear.
It's like a sick Mako.
It's like they take the Mako and just basically squished it up a little bit.
And I shall also drive this directly in a straight line from point A to point B. Hills be damned.
I do like the design. I wonder at what point they alighted on the name Rhino and decided to lean into it, because it's definitely got a, you know, that kind of stocky,
thick.
Yeah, it looks like a rhino, and I wonder which came first, like the look of it or the name.
Oh, it's going to be one of those things which was you either got the name immediately or you spent ages going over the name, thinking, I don't know, what does it look like a hippo to you? No. It doesn't look hippo-ish to me.
I think doesn't it have to be based on the rhino beetle as opposed to the rhino? Rhino.
I don't know what a rhino beetle is. So I'd need to Google that.
It's a biggish beetle, but then the
it's
scorpion.
It's a big old beetle.
Oh, it's
goes
that
against
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Actually,
the scorpion goes against that.
I
don't know.
Oh, that's got a horn as well.
Suppy's got to be named after something out of the Bugs movie. I don't know. It's yeah. Right. Well, I think we're all looking forward to this one, just to see what else it brings. Because I don't think anybody was serious when they said, and if we do have something like this, it means new mechanics.
No, we were trying to like temper expectations, Colin. Now, honestly, though, it's we're gonna have access to it within what 2.5 weeks. 3 weeks time. 3 weeks from now, we will be doing a show on the 1st of September, and we'll be getting very excited about ECM. But it will be the 1st of September in 3 weeks. So hopefully, we've got less than 2 weeks before the partner program get access to it.
Mm-hmm.
We hope. So we don't have long to find out, which is very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, I do like the fact that we're getting a lot of content at the moment. This to me, the Rhino itself and what comes with it is kind of like the Dodo, because we weren't expecting to get the Dodo, and then all of a sudden they just put, and here's this thing that we never expected. Okay, admittedly, they should have handled the paying thing sorted properly, but it was still new content that just surprised us. And I think this is the nice surprise that we've had so far this year. Everything else has been announced. This is the first time they've said, and we're allowing you to do extra stuff with it as well. Which I'm not complaining. I'm certainly not complaining about it. So I think it's time that we hand over to the community about this thing, Claire.
So it's probably like a good few weeks of asking questions about the Rhino, to be completely honest. So the Rhino was fully unveiled and all of that good stuff, so it was quite obvious that our question of the week should be, what are your first impressions of this new addition to the galaxy? What do you think the new surface mining mechanic will look like? And we've had a range of different answers and all of those good stuff. Colin, why don't you start us off?
We've got Flux Blair. I don't know whether or not that's a command or whether... I can't wait to crush it. I don't
Fair
think.
enough.
I don't think you crush it; it crushes you.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, when Alec rolls it down the hill, is he rolling the planet around the Rhino, or is
Probably.
the Rhino rolling down the planet? I don't know.
Now, I know I haven't done one of those for a while, but I have to say, there's a very high chance that I will roll this down my hill.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's the Rhino turned into the new Chuck Norris.
The Rhino is to SRVs what the Hobnob is to biscuits. Finn says, love it. I think you'll put on the handbrake. The cargo scoop would instead be some kind of drill extend function, and then you'll do a mini game to mine and refine.
Cool.
Cool. I think there will be a mini game involved. I don't think this is going to be something that you can leave stuff behind in.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, I don't think it'll be a passive thing. I don't know if it'll be a mini game. You might just press a button and it might just go and mine.
I don't know why, but I've got in my head that it's going to be similar to the subsurface extraction missile thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
I got one from Tokuso. It's a cool vehicle and probably the biggest thing that could fit in the bay. I can't stand ship mining, but I used to love collecting materials in the SRV. So hopefully this will be in the middle. Find an area that has resource and then set up a drilling rig. Next, a version with a big gun on it.
Big guns.
Amazing. I love that.
Commander Jarenstad. This could be a great benefit for those of us who prefer to explore in chonkers like the Caspian, Beluga, or Anaconda. I hope that we'll be able to offer Rhino and a Nomad in the size 6 SLV hangar, eliminating the need for a separate vehicle bay, saving us a module slot. Now, this is one thing, because I didn't think you could have more than one fighter hangar. You can have two fighters in the larger hangars, but you can't have two hangars.
So Frontier, it wasn't confirmed that it was the Nomad. Sorry, that the Rhino was going in exactly the same bay as the Nomad. It's the same position. I appreciate that it's the same position. You can see from the picture with the Type 11 that it's coming out of that same slot. But Curtis refers to it in that interview as it's dropped from the new vehicle bay. So that doesn't.
Mark II. Does he mean the Mark II vessel?
Does he mean the Mark II vessel hangar, or is there a new vehicle bay? Because it's likely that Curtis worked on the Mark II vessel hangar months and months ago, while they were preparing it and getting like all of the art ready and all of that kind of stuff. His design impact to the vessel hangar was probably a good few months ago. So I don't see where he would colloquially refer to something that drops out the Rhino as new. That's just my personal theory and thoughts about it.
Yeah.
I think it is. Well, it's going to be a new SRV bay, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's a case of you can either have that or the fighter hangar. You can't have both. That's what I will expect. I might be proven wrong, but that's what I'm expecting.
I have asked that question, asked for further clarification, and I haven't received any yet. I do know that my message was put forward because I don't think it was clear either way. And you know what our commanders are like for like making assumptions or coming up with something where it might not be necessary. But he did say the new vehicle bay as opposed to the ship launch vehicle hangar or the ship launch vessel hangar, which to me is slightly different.
It is interesting, something Colin says, I was just thinking on, but so you can fit multiple existing vehicle bays, vehicle hangars, whatever they're called. So you can stuff quite a lot of SRVs into a ship. But what I'd never thought about before is there's only one SRV-sized slot on the underside of the ship, so it's a bit weird that you can fit multiple SRV bays, because how does that work when there's only one slot?
Well, it drops out of the cargo hatch, doesn't it? That also in that message.
Are you saying you can have more than one SRV bay per ship?
Yes, 100%. Absolutely, you can.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. I'm with Alec on that because
so the SRV bay must work a little bit like the concourse elevator. Is what I'm thinking.
I think the SRV bay works like it's just a storage for them. So
Right.
they wheel up the corridors of your ship, so you can fit multiple SRV bays in something.
Like
they
one of
wheel
those,
up the corridors.
like one of those Japanese garages that has a big robot arm that.
Yeah, potentially so.
In the Mission Impossible film, is it? Mission
Yeah,
Impossible? Yeah.
I
You know what
know what I
mean.
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. And then the SRV sort of like sit in the storage. They fold up and then they go on a little conveyor to the storage because the wheels all fold up in on itself, don't they? So there's that, but it's coming out of the cargo rack. So much in the same way that your limpets make their way from the cargo racks to the cargo hatch. That's how the SRV bay works, but these are the only ones.
My immersion works. Thank you.
I think that maybe that's a space we need to see in operations, is some sort of like SRV bay with them all kind of folded up and us running around in there.
Oh, instant SRV, just add water.
Inflatable, maybe? I don't know. I've got Fists of Snake, who says, I doubt we get... now, I don't know if this hasn't translated properly or it's a typo. It looks like proper surface mining, or it's Polish for raw materials ratios for mining. I'm really sorry. I can't read it properly.
I think it's proper surface mining.
Proper surface mining. Otherwise, it just works very well in Polish as raw material ratios for mining. Anyway, they would need 2 planets, but also I hope it's going to be more. Then we just have than what we have just with bigger cargo. So it sounds like better ratios that you get, but then you need more storage in the SRV. So like a SRV with bigger storage. It definitely looks chunkier. There should be more room. So if that's what you're saying, there should be more room, then I agree with you, Fist of Snake.
One of the things that I can understand where he's coming from. I am wondering whether or not we will actually be able to mine actual commodities instead of just mats. And the fact that there's so much stuff in the back there is actually for a small portable refinery, so that you can drill away, it goes into the refinery, and before you know it, you've got iron in the back or something like that.
And we're back to it not being able to store very many. Well,
yeah, and is it going to be valuable? You know, because money isn't everything in Elite. But a lot of the time, people do things because, it's super profitable right now. So, you know, the ExoBio was super profitable right now. So folk like running off and doing even more ExoBio. Do we think this needs to be an activity that's super profitable for it to work? Or do they just need to make the gameplay loop interesting enough?
About getting lots of mats for engineering.
Yeah, it's like, this is useful for me to get mats and then move on. I don't know.
What if they make a small modification so that you can actually mine biologicals for certain chemicals? That'd be fun.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah,
scan them, murder them, squish them.
Yeah.
We've got Radicoida to harvest, everyone. We've got Radicoida out there that we need to pick up. Make our energy supplements and stuff.
I was just having a thought based on what Colin was saying about biologicals. I wonder if let's assume it can mine geologicals for now. I wonder if they will deform, like when you blow up an asteroid, that asteroid is actually gone, and if another player turns up 5 minutes later, they will see the fragments of an asteroid that used to be there. It does reset eventually, but and I was just wondering if this has an element of ground deformation, which is something we haven't really seen before, where having mined a thing, whether it looks different in some way.
That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I mean, if they did do that with the plants, then they'd have to go through all 300 plants to show the difference before mining and after mining, which I don't see them doing for an update like this.
Yeah, it was your comment on plants that made me think, well, the plants would have to go away once you'd mine them. It'd be really weird if you mined a plant and it just sat there completely unaffected by it.
Although I must admit, there are some plants and stuff like this that I think this thing should run over and crush.
Yeah.
But I still think that you will go and hit some Phytocoia and bounce off it, even in one of these.
Are you thinking I've got a brand new combine harvester? Or
maybe. I mean, if you can put a big gun on the front, you might as well put a big, big spinny thing on the front of it. Because it does look like a combine harvester. They're taking away the thing at the back, and they're taking away the spinny thing at the front.
Farming coming soon to Elite.
Farming. Oh God.
Right, Commander Subbase says, it looks like a coffin on wheels made by Tonka Toys.
No, it doesn't. It looks like a big truck.
It looks amazing. It looks amazing. It looks great. I love it. I love it so much. Julius says, I like its industrial design, but it does look like something I do not want to drive. Because of its size, it most likely will be slow and finicky to drive. I also did not get warm with the truck in No Man's Sky. So, for surface mining, I hope of a way to engineer ship-launched vehicles. Maybe give each ship engineer 2 additional recipes for this. Realistically, though, a way to make resource grinding on planets less painful, especially removing the need to relog, as this breaks the immersion for me. I think whatever, much like the Nomad, whatever this can do, this will be the only thing that can do it.
Yes, I can see where you're going with that.
I can understand why Julius is like, this looks like it's going to be a pain in the ass to drive, because it kind of does look like it's going to be a pain in the ass to drive. It looks like it is going to be a chonky, and you're going to be able to feel that it's probably going to be slow because of its relative size to everything else and its stability.
You need to feel like you're trundling across the surface.
But not too slow that it doesn't... that it makes it impossible to use.
Yeah.
I don't think you have anything to worry about there. Have you seen the way that the bin lorries drive around our place?
Yeah, that's a very valid point.
Yeah, so I don't think we'll have a problem with that.
I think it's going to be fun. I really think it's going to be fun to drive, but I can understand looking at these pictures and being concerned that it's going to be a pain, especially if you haven't got on well with that big truck in No Man's Sky.
What I quite hope, a little bit like the Nomad, is that even if the driving it around is not the best of laughs, the simple act of deploying it from the ship, the ship dropping down and you dropping to the ground and doing the thing and then getting back in the ship, a bit like the Nomad. I reckon that'll be fun.
I think so as well. Yeah.
Just the business of deploying it and.
It is. It's gonna feel like what it feels like in the Mako, and I'm already sold at this point. That's so good.
I've got a bunch. I thought about it being difficult to drive. I think it'll be easy to drive because you'll just drive, and then if there's a mountain, not anymore. If there's a settlement, gone, flattened, not there anymore. So mine from Rocky is, will you be big mad? Yes. If I add a second and third impression as well. It's intriguing. I'm glad we have another ground vehicle, but I hope it does more than just collect raw mats in a different way, as once you're a fool, there's no need to do it again for a while. Maybe it has some kind of area effect to dislodge shards and some limpet equivalent. Maybe it has a drill on the underside to dig into some of the geological sites, and then have a reason to actually collect them. My suspicion is that the Rhino and the Nomad will synergize an updated game loop as part of the reboot later in the year, and I think that will play part in the Radicoidia storyline.
That's some good predicting. I like that.
Yeah, there's something that's gone quiet. The Radicoia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's the end of the year, mate. End of the year.
Guess so. I have Long Mile. I think the Rhino looks wonderful. I don't know what to expect as far as surface mining will work, but Frontier did a fantastic job with the Nomad, and I suspect the Rhino will be similarly great. Elite feels so lively these days. I love the direction Frontier has been taking with the game, and I'm feeling very good. Yeah.
Good year. It's been a good year.
It has.
Good year.
I have got Buddy Cole. I like the Rhino a lot. Big, tough, rugged, and if you squint a bit, you can see an assault vehicle platform as well. If the mining mechanic is as engaging as core mining, as opposed to FDev's first try at plant scanning, then they will be on the right track. Also, explosions and flying debris, please. A question for Lave. Is this the beginning of the feature overhaul? Could they have meant mining all along?
I hope not, actually.
I don't think it needs an overhaul. It needs some tweaks here and there, but I don't think it needs an overhaul, does it?
Yeah.
Asteroid mining's great. And they wouldn't have done the Type 11 and the Spaffer if they were just about to change it all.
Yeah. I think we've had trickles of mining tweaks here along the way. I think it was referred to as something that hadn't been touched for a really long time and is at the core of Elite. And while mining is one of the mechanics, I wouldn't necessarily say that Elite had. Would you say that Elite had mining in it at its core?
No. Didn't say it's at its core. It's one of these side activities.
Unless it's a pun.
Unless it's a pun. Unless it was right in front of us all this time. Nah.
I hope not. I'd rather it was a BGS.
I'd rather it was CQC.
We shall see.
I would rather it was new emotes. Anyway, carry on.
Brilliant. Big Al Cappuccino. As a young lad in my African school, circa 89, we fundraised for Save the Rhino charity. I remember that. But we only raised half the target and as such got half a rhino. Well, provided for half a rhino's well-being in the wild. As a kid, I always wondered if we got the front half or the back half. The Rhino SLV revealed by FDev raised a similar question. Will it be the front half of the back half, which is more impressive? For those who can't wait to race it, no doubt the front half. The cockpit indicates a forward-focused Unimog. I personally hope the back half, with its mining equipment, digging or drilling platforms, a substantial SLV that we can finally back up, deploy, and suck up the natural resources we have for so long just treated as scenery.
That's what I was thinking all the time. I was there when I used to live in Northallerton. There was a big farming community, and kids at the school would be dropped off in Unimogs, and I was there thinking, what does the Rhino remind me of? And of course, it's a blooming Unimog.
Unimog to Google. Oh. Okay. It's like it wants to be a truck, but it's not quite a truck. Am I right in saying that?
Halfway between a truck and a tractor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun. I do. I like that.
Or is it just the word Unimog?
I take issue with Big Al Cappuccino saying the Rhino SLV, because while it is a ship launch vehicle, absolutely, it is referred to on Frontier's documentation as an SRV. I also take umbrage to the same person who corrected me on my YouTube video with an actually, it's an SRLV and not an SRV, to which I say exactly the same thing. I'm calling it what Frontier's calling it.
Oh, I think you're fired.
It's an SDV, ship dropped vehicle, anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Surely. There's no launching involved.
I was going for ship pooped, but fair enough.
An SSV.
Carefully deposited. Anyway, Chicken Cow God says, well, I'll be damned, it was a vehicle after all, or a vessel, as they say. It looks cool, but I swear to God, I can't believe FDev is doing this. Oh, but this can only be used in the new ships shit again. I really hope that by the Rhino is dropped from the new vehicle bay, they mean that this new vehicle bay will be accessible to at least some of the older ships. As cool as the Rhino is, I would find it incredibly upsetting if it was gated behind, only being usable in the post-entry for early access for ARC ships. I'm getting very tired of slot locking. How, as for the actual function of the ship, I'm a bit skeptical. What is the exact point in surface mining? As I think I said before, you'd have to be very particular in the balance of surface mining if it were to be worth doing, but also not ruining the point of asteroid mining. I still have this idea of the Rhino for some reason primarily being used to obtain engineering materials, but that would obviously honestly make it so niche it wouldn't be worth getting for ARCs, especially for me, as my power play packages make them extremely easy to come by. Subscribe to Kane. The third option I can think of would be that FDev invents some unique mineral that can only be found on planetary surfaces to be mined. This would, at least, set the Rhino apart from other laser mining and could be an interesting addition to the game. As always, I would hope for this to also apply to power play, so my dear mining ethos bonus can work with this too, letting me acquire systems with less dependency on there being rings available. Honestly, wouldn't be a bad way to help fix power play, now I think about it. Also, yeah, it looks pretty cool.
So we're wanting the mining equivalent of void opals.
The mining material equivalent of void opals. I don't know how much cargo it's going to be able to store in it, if a lot. But in a point to the it being accessible to at least some of the older ships, I think it's going to be like a size like similar to the way that the Nomad started off, and then Frontier went, "Oops, our bad. Here, have a Mark 1 ship launch vessel hangar." I think it's going to be those same ships. If it can have a fighter bay, it will have a vehicle bay, right?
Yeah, but I still think you won't be able to have two at the same time. So you got to make a choice between your Rhino and your fighter.
I think so as well. Yeah, I agree with you.
Maybe.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I mean, if the commodity that it's picking up is really, really valuable, that would play into the escort mission kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it's like a super valuable commodity that takes ages for you to get, then that would play into the whole escort mission thing.
Oh, Shay Blackwood just made a fantastic suggestion in the chat. Supercharged tritium increased the jump range for carriers.
Oh, maybe that's kind of a cool idea. I like that a lot. Something that's the only place that you can get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, I have Nicey's comment. Chunky, very chunky, like soup. I will be interested to find out where the legs we saw in the teaser are, and for that matter, what the mining mechanic will be. A giant drill that makes a huge hole, a lava pipe to extract valuable minerals, just ramming into mountains to shatter them into tiny chunks. Okay, the last one is probably unlikely. Unless...
Yay! Bye, mountain. Oh, do you like that mountain over there? Not anymore. Vroom, vroom. I love it.
It'll revolutionise SRV racing because we'll be able to go out and flatten the course first. Like it.
That thing would probably be a build your course at this rate. I have Terakov. Now, I know I pronounced that one right. I'd say it looks the part from a general mining vehicle POV, but my main questions are which part and why? They talk of it being involved with mining for minerals. Mining for minerals for engineering or synth does not seem to be a frequent enough task for many commanders to purchase an early access vessel. The vehicle seemingly has a limited cargo capacity and probably has to carry some mining equipment to further reducing the capacity of the real section. Could the mining materials be transferred to the ship or surface installation somehow and that refined into commodities? Why 3 seats? Driver, miner, defender, maybe? One more crew on the ship would make it 4, an operational team, maybe. If the vehicle is tied to a new operation, it would make sense for it to be released a base version for no charge, as in with hindsight was the Lynx. So what we know about the method of deployment so far sounds necessary, but odd for a heavy mining vehicle of that size. I hope that we get more than just a blue teleport column. As for the nature of the mining tool and the real solutions to my musings above, we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I must admit, when they said it's got 3 seats, I was thinking, okay, is that just to carry people, or have they got a role to do?
Yeah.
And that makes me even more curious why it doesn't have why we can't see guns on it, I should clarify, rather than it not having guns.
I wonder if you can sort of pick outfitting, sort of, I want the mining thing or I want a shooty thing. You then, because normally if you have multi-crew in a ship, you get extra pips and so on, don't you? So I wonder if it kind of plays into that with this. Yeah.
I mean, I am looking at thinking all that needs is a big gun on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely. I've got a Typhord Isnor. It looks great, and it would look better with a huge rail gun on top. Now you're talking. There we go. That's one of the extra crews first for the huge rail gun. As for the mining mechanism, it will be a fold-out rig with one of those vertical mining lasers you see at some settlements. Oh, that's a good point. We have those sort of like downward pointing laser things at some of the settlements, don't we? And not sure how you'd pick up the mats. As it's FDev, no doubt you'll have to go and pick them all up via the vehicle scoop.
Yeah, maybe that yellow leg is what's deployed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that pops out, and then you've got the laser attachment that goes on top, and then you've got to like bulldoze and pick up parts. I don't know.
This isn't our first rodeo, lads, anymore. You can see that those 2 bits they're attached by hinges. So they're either going to fold out from the top or they fold up. The hinges are on the bottom. So they fold out from the top and then something else happens.
Yeah.
And that's probably the thing that has those feet.
I don't know if I should be looking at the little flaps on the side or the big flaps on the side. That's the problem.
You can see what it was. It looks like it's beginning to do. It's in a lineup, and it's decided to do the M of YMCA. It's those bits. They come out. And I don't know what else happens. There's got to be some kind of lifting thing. Also, it's back end that pops out as well. That's on a thingy too. It definitely has space for that to come out. So much so that on the other pictures of it with the ship kit on, that's left space for those doors to open.
Yeah. The door on the back is clearly where the wheelie bin gets.
100%, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, that reminds me, got to put the bins out.
Right, the Jinx effect. I want it. I love how Frontier make a point of explaining there's nothing but cargo and equipment to see behind the cockpit? Cab? What's the right term? They've realised that they need to be careful to clarify no interiors on new vessels. Of course, that means that if they don't manage expectations like this on any new vessels, then the emission means that particular vessel will definitely have interiors. I imagine that surface mining will incorporate versions of the mining laser, abrasion blaster, and subsurface displacement missiles to chip at break-up rocks, meteor sites, and other mineral deposits, maybe seismic charges. I don't expect completely new mechanics, just some appropriate adjustments to the existing ones. To address the previous point about collection, of course, we're not going to be using the old scoop method. This is a post-Odyssey edition, so there's going to be a reason to get out on foot. This part will have a completely new mechanic. No scoop fitted on the Rhino. Oops, bit of an oversight. Never mind though. You can go out and scoop individual fragments in your coffee mug. Just make sure it's a Hutton mug, because no other mug can handle this job. I think he's right. I think you do have to get out to load it up, and that's where the wheelie bin comes into effect.
Maybe we'll have a gravity gun. Some kind of gravity, like they do in one of the more recent updates for No Man's Sky. They had this gravity gun where you can pick up stuff and just chuck it in the back of a van.
Can't manipulate gravity in Elite. It's going to have to be a magnet gun.
Oh, it'll be a magnet gun. Sorry, my apologies.
I think one side you have the mining laser, and on the other side you have a gully sucker, so that you soak up the materials.
I can't talk about sucking and blowing and all of this anymore.
I'm trying not to.
And jobbies and all of that stuff. It's been a day. It's been a day, and I've got another stream that I'm going to after this.
No.
Profane Pagan says, I have been dreaming about a truck you can deploy from your SLV, back then SLF hangar. My friend and ED can attest to it. I talked her ears off about how such a truck can revitalize surface missions. For example, every Odyssey settlement has a truck stop platform. I wish we could roll out our truck to unload our commodities on that platform if the settlement only has a single small landing pad. Sure enough, I have to temper my expectations. This is still a hyper specialized vehicle, a gorgeous miner. I don't dare to hope that FDev will expand upon the variety of geological points of interest, but I am still crossing my fingers for an engaging mining mini game as opposed to simply pointing a laser beam up the ground. I really enjoy deep surface mining and core mining in space. I hope FDev has something interesting in the store for us in this regard.
Yeah.
Would you pay Hux for a big gun?
Yeah, I pay Hux for a gun.
Okay, and finally, I have Pathis. It's not a hover bike. It looks chunky. I don't think it will fly too well, so I don't think it will be setting any Draco rally records unless it just goes through the course.
Yeah.
Although the couple of images show a spoiler on the back, so it must go really fast, right? Yep. It's like a croc. You put the little hoop thing back for sport mode. I think it deploys a mining drill out of the roof. I don't think it will be deploy and come back later, as instances aren't persistent when you leave the area. I wouldn't have thought it would be deploy the drill, go make a coffee, and come back in 10 minutes and move on. So I'm not sure how it will look. I suspect we might have initially read too much into the dropped from new vehicle bay, and it deploys and returns the same as an SRV, however, just from the SLF bay instead of the SRV bay.
I think we'll end up just having to drive in the same way if your ship can't get landed for you to get your SLV under it, and it just sort of like hovers above the ground, and you drive into vaguely where the spot is, and then wait until the little sign says a thing, and then it will just pick you up from fucking miles away with crazy good stuff. But I don't know.
I think it's an interesting interpretation from a purpose, but I think it has to be dropped because there just isn't room. Like, you look at the size of one of those wheels compared to a human, and you look at the size of an SRV wheel. This thing is tall. It's just not going to fit under like a Type 11.
Do you think this will be the first one where we will actually have outfitting for this one where you can add or take away modules for it?
Nah.
You think it's just going to be a one fixed thing? Okay.
I don't know. I think you might. Genuinely, I think you might. If they're making such a point of it being armored, like I think you might get like an armored transport version and then an actual mining version of it.
We'll see.
I don't know. I don't know why you would make such a point of it being armored otherwise. It's a bin lorry, but it's bulletproof.
Tough out there for bin men. People taking pot shots at them all the time.
Yeah.
Ah, dear. Right. Thanks to everybody who's communicated. I think that's great. Now, Claire, you've got any other business.
Yeah, I will. I will just say, if you ever want to answer a question of the week, because I didn't do this at the beginning, on a Sunday between 12 and 2, which is when the amazing Chris Mark Ford does his radio show at Black Diamond FM, you can listen anywhere. If you just look for it online or Google Black Diamond FM on between 12 and 2 on a Sunday, you'll be able to hear the dulcet tones of the Chris Mark Ford on the radio, and he's very good. But I do the question of the week is on Twitter, on Blue Sky, and in our question of the week channel on Discord. So if you'd like us to discuss your answers on the following Tuesday, that's where you find them. Yes, I do have other business. Tomorrow marks 7 years since I did my first stream back after my injury. So it's been 7 years since I've been doing streaming and all of that fun stuff, since I've been doing sort of like a regular stream, which also marks 7 years and a day since we got Artie, because it made sense to get a puppy the day before I went back to streaming while I was still in recovery. Either way, tomorrow from 11 a.m. until I finish, I'll be playing Elite Dangerous. I am on the Twitch front page as well for that time. That we might have people that come new and might be asking questions about Elite. So if you're available to answer those questions of people, if they are so much of a thing, please be there, because for me, 7 years is a big milestone at least, and I owe a lot of it to Elite. But we also have, I've got 12 giveaways to do, thanks to our lovely friends at Frontier, of 3 Frontier members, 3 Frontier, these are the skins, 3 Frontier Crate Mark IIs, 3 Frontier Crate Phantoms, and 3 Adventure Packs, which I think are a Cobra skin, a Sidewinder skin, and a Gamescom decal. So if you're about, we'll be doing some giveaways and playing some Elite and chinwagging and celebrating 7 years of nonsense and chaos and shenanigans. Thanks.
Excellent. And of course, it must be mentioned that, you've now got, 4 weeks to ECM? Or is it 3 weeks?
It will have been gone and done in like 4 weeks. I'm so excited, but it will be gone and done, and I need to finish writing the Lave thing.
Excellent. Right. Okay. I must point out that I just saw that they're making a follow-up to one of my favorite multiplayer, multi-crew games called Guns of Icarus. There's now Stars of Icarus, which takes whatever Guns of Icarus was sort of like Sea of Thieves using airships. Now they've decided to turn it into spaceships. So, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully they'll let me in the preview program, but we'll just have to wait and see. Apart from that, shout outs to the other sister station that we have, which is Hutton Orbital Radio. It broadcasts on a Tuesday, or on a Thursday rather, at 8:30. You can tune in at twitch.tv Hutton Orbital Truckers, or if you just want the audio, go to radio.forthemug.com. For the discerning commander that likes a bit of CQC action, check out the CQC Discord at discord.me/Elite Dangerous CQC. We'll also give shout-outs to the other Elite Dangerous podcasts, so that would be the Guard Frequency, who do other space games as well. There is the wonderfully litigious Loose Screws over there in the States. And if you speak French...
I just let the funky music do the talking.
There is the wonderful Elite Dangerous podcast, who do these wonderful Commander missions as well. I think we should ought to put a link into those at some point. Unfortunately, this week we have no new Galnet digest, but we just thought we'd give a big shout out to Commander Witherspoon and Commander Beetlejude for just being awesome. Thanks to all those that have chipped in on the Twitch chat and have kept Chris company. Who are they, Chris?
We have had Epaphras, Estevan DCIV, we've had JT, Squeakenheimer, Argria, and standing on the top of the sofa, Elvis Kremen.
Excellent. So, of course, special thanks goes to Commander Tokuso, Jay and Trax and Alan Stroud, who have all created music that we use on this show. So that's it for yet another episode of Lave Radio, 10 to 600. If you'd like to get in touch with the show, then you can find all the contact links in the home/contact us menu of the laveradio.com website. We love getting your feedback on Spotify, so give us a like, a subscribe, leave a comment. Just anything to help beat the algorithm. Thank you very much. Do let us know if you have any questions or if there's anything that you'd like us to discuss in a future episode. Lave Radio is recorded live on a Tuesday evening at 8:30 and streamed out at laveradio.com/live. So, thanks to the Chris Mark IV.
You're welcome.
Thanks to Commander Harlick Turner.
You're welcome.
Thanks to Commander Psychit.
Scottish noises. I don't know. You're welcome. Okay, bye.
No, we're doomed. And of course, special thanks goes to today's tech specialist, the Chris Monk 5.
Okay.
He's made it through, everybody. He's fine. He suffered from foot wounds and bad hearing all the way through, but he's made it. Right, so until next time, Commanders, fly safe. And if you can't do that, fly dangerous.
Is your life like this? Sounds like someone having an orange inserted into them. You need a safe word. Space can be done. I'm gonna see the galaxy.
Ah, damn it. No worries, guys. Hold the fort for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.